Alright, so I read the TWAB and it was a mixed bag. I guess to get out the way. Merciless is finally being fixed again for the 18th time. Uh, what else? They're buffing rockets by 30% and they're individually tuning exotic rockets. Like, I know Tomorrow does like 50% less damage to bosses. Same with like Wardcliff and some other rockets. So that's cool. Um, Fusion rifles are getting a damage fall off buff from Crucible. At first, I was like, oh shit, here comes Aerontel 2.0 having flashbacks, but I'm pretty sure backup plan's been removed because, they say the weapon breaks its archetype, kind of like quick draw on aggressive frame, Felwinters. But, anyways, so there's some good. Also, Bungie's essentially copying, Warframe's Nightwave system, where you'll have weekly challenges that give you, I'm assuming, XP or reputation towards that season pass. Like for instance, in Warframe, you'll have a challenge like you'll have a base challenge like, oh, play an emote, it gives you 1,000 rep. You'll have a harder one like, oh, do 3 exterminate missions, and then you'll have like a weekly one. It's like, oh, do a level 30 or higher exterminate without setting off alarms. Like if it might be like that kind of challenge system, but it should be in the same vein of you have a challenge, you do it, and then you get XP for it. They did say there's like kind of like a catch up thing, so if you're not there for 1 week, you can still access all the challenges, and they took away weekly bounties from all the vendors. I pretty sure, yeah, from all the vendors. So I guess for everyone who's complaining about Mighty the Traveler and the other ones, good job. No, I'm not good job, Monster Castaway, but like cool because that was pretty fucking annoying to do. Now the weird, more interesting part of the TWAB was recoil, because even if you don't play on PC and you've watched someone like Glad or another streamer like Sweatsicle or even Kami Cakes, you'll see on PC recoil patterns just straight up different. Even Cool Guy, he's done a video where he'll shoot a gun on mouse and keyboard and then plug in a controller, and the recoil pattern is like completely different. Um, that explains a lot why like certain gun archetypes aren't even used on console, like SMGs in general are just avoided. Um, and why stability is usually preferred over range. Like on console, you want stability; on PC, you want range. So Bungie is nerfing recoil for mouse and keyboard people, so they're increasing it by 20%. Because I think they said around it was 40% when they like the discrepancy between mouse and keyboard, and that makes sense. Um, I preferred if they did it the other way around. I'd like to have PC recoil, so I could actually use like my Ikelos SMG at longer ranges, and use other archetypes of gun that just don't have max stability perks. Uh, but I can understand what Bungie's trying to say, because they say on PC basically you can kind of just ignore stability and just go for range. So I can kind of get it. And I guess it's like a mid ground between nerfing the recoil on PC. I mean, for PC, just a straight up nerf. They're straight up nerfing your recoil patterns, and then they're buffing it on console. They are also doing individual like buffs. Like I heard SMGs are getting an extra like stability buff, like recoil pattern buff on console, stuff like that. So if you're a console player, this is just a straight up buff for you at like absolute win. If you're PC, that fucking sucks. I already see people fighting like, oh man, you console aimbots and all this other shit. I'm just over here like, look, I would love to use all the weapons in the Sam, even though I'm gonna get shitted on by that Felwinter's, True Prophecy guy every single time. At least I can, shoot my SMG and not, feel like it's outclassed by every other archetype. Because they had a good point where they said SMGs pretty much didn't have a place because auto rifles kind of outclass them at medium range, and then close range sidearms reign supreme. Also, speaking of recoil patterns, there's a reason why on my breach light I run counterbalance instead of Icarus, because it just has such strong recoil. So I have a couple SMGs here. Think they're I have all the types except for aggressive. Yeah, I don't have. I can bring over my Icarus SMG for my postmaster. But yeah. So we'll shoot this one. This one has no stability perks, I'm pretty sure. Like nothing here. I'll put on tactical mag to get more stability. And yeah. Okay, so I'll shoot at this wall. Also, this really isn't a good test because you'll see when I'm shooting at the Vect, it's like, oh, it's serviceable, it's stable, you can use it. Like, yeah, that's in PvE though, where enemies really don't challenge you, and it's not really you can close the gap without feeling threatened in most content. Crucible obviously not the same because if you're using SMG, you're gonna want to be within sidearm and shotgun range, and again, sidearm shit all over SMGs because they have higher time to kills. or I mean faster. And the shotguns obviously like silencers exist, so yeah, good luck. So anyway, I'm gonna shoot it. That's me not controlling the recoil. Oh, snap. Are you kidding me? God damn it! Hold on. I wasn't paying attention to my ammo count. Is that a white brick right there? Perfect. Anyways. So yeah. That's me not controlling it, so it kicks hard to the right, up to the right. And then I'll go put on a counterbalance stock to see if it makes it more vertical. It should. Oh, it's counterbalance. There we go. I remember rodeo. I was on my Badger CCL. See, now it goes. It's more centered, but now it kicks a little to the left. So counterbalance. That's why I run it on my breech light, because it makes it more vertical. And that's why I love arrowhead brake on all my guns, because it basically does what counterbalance stock does, where it makes your recoil more vertical and makes it go a little to the left. Anyway, so now I got two other ones. So that was lightweight frame. This is adaptive, so this is like the all-round, like generalist, like the generic, well-rounded, reliable 30, which doesn't do shit, by the way. At least I'm pretty sure there's no like candidate perk. Anyway, so we're gonna shoot at the wall. This one has dynamic sway reduction, so the recoil is already gonna get better while I shoot at it. So again, not as severe. It kind of does a little zigzag, straight up. Also, I'm out of fucking bullets. God damn it. Yeah, this thing also has Zen moments, so we'll go shoot a Vex or something to see, the difference. Also, where the fuck? Okay. I forgot I actually cleared part of this lost sector out so I can get some ammo. Should probably just put on SMG scavenger. Anyways. So yeah, this is the recoil pattern. Oh yeah, I should have showed it what it looks like when I try to control it. Anyways, this is me trying to control it, like I'm holding down. And you can see, like, look, I'm not moving left to right. I'm literally just holding my thumb straight down. And you can see how it just kicks everywhere. And that's with dynamic sway reduction, right? So it's even worse on the lightweight frame, which doesn't even have it. So I'm gonna go kill some Vex to get some fucking ammo. Or, fuck it. Here, we'll just do it like this. Like, you see how it just sprays everywhere? And Crucible, like, again, it doesn't look that bad when you're this close, because, like, this is, like, 5 meters? But, again, if you're in this, you don't want to be this close to someone, especially with an SMG, because they'll just shotgun blast you, or, again, sidearm, or any other weapon. So, again, like, 10 to 15 meters, good luck hitting your bullets with that kind of spray pattern. It's really fucking ridiculous. Like, I won't even show the aggressive frame, because I think it's pretty obvious. More damage, but more recoil. Are you kidding? Okay. The one time I want fucking light in, or why did they die? Oh, perfect. I am. All right. So anyways, I'm gonna start shooting these Vex with this one. Again, when you look at it like this doesn't seem that bad, right? But you see how the further I start going out, it gets kind of iffy. Like, yeah, I'll back up just a little bit more. Like, I'm trying to keep it on target, but it just, like, I'm trying to hit the crit spot, but it just kind of goes all over the place. So now I'm gonna, first ammo, step number 1. Oh, perfect. Cool. So now I'm gonna show off the adaptive one. And this one has basically, like, as much stability as you could get. I'm not gonna throw on counterbalance stock, because I'm just kind of overkill at that point, but this is basically, like, the best stability you can get on adaptive, at least with these kind of perk combinations. And again, it really sucks because I have to run these perks if I want it to be somewhat usable. So that really, again, that limits to what I can really use. Alright, that was bad. Yeah. I have wood, right? Yeah, I should break on this thing. Okay. Like, it has this weird kicking where I'm trying to keep it stable, but it just keeps, like, it just sprays, like, up there or, like, down there. Like, it's randomized, kind of. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels off. So again, that's, like, my most stable, submachine gun right there. And I'll show up the, Anio, which is a precision frame, which actually has innately just like a vertical recoil pattern, which is pretty good. That's why everyone likes NEOD, especially, I remember early days, like year 1 of Destiny 2, NEOD was like the most used weapon, primary weapon ever. So again, it's not that bad, but again, still, it's kind of, keep saying but again a lot. But still, it's, really hard to use this at any sort of meaningful range where, like, again, if I'm this close to someone, I might as well be using a sidearm, right? If I'm this far away, might as well be using an auto. Like, submachine guns just don't have a really good place. At least in my opinion. They don't have her like this. See, this is a really good recoil pattern. That's not bad at all. Crucible, this is really serviceable on console. And even on PC, I know this is a very, I know Kamikaze close this type of gun. But again, this, like, the precision frames feel like the only ones that are actually somewhat usable. But even then, you saw how, like, it kind of kicked a little to the left there and I missed some of my shots, so... Anyways, long story short, they're gonna adjust all the submachine gun stuff, or just recoil in general on console, so console players rejoice, you know. It's gonna be easier for us to shoot weapons, and we can hopefully use different archetypes outside of just, you know, max stability rolls on whatever. And then, to wrap it up, the more part that kind of gets me upset, more annoyed, is they're removing Crimson Days. Now, if you watch this channel or whatever, you know I don't like Crucible. I hate Gambit even more, but I don't like Crucible, especially now. But I love Crimson Days. Crimson Days, I love it so much. I always have this emblem on me. Crimson Days was by far my favorite game mode. I have good memories of it from Destiny 1 where someone survived a fucking Black Spindle headshot off the Ram when they're in Radiance. I don't know if anyone remembers that shit. But Crimson Devils is a pretty fun, okay, then my emblem stats are showing. Crimson Days is pretty fun take on doubles. Like, my 3 favorite playlists, or I guess you could add 4, was Rift, Doubles, Crimson Doubles, and then Skirmish. I really wish they'd add back Skirmish and Doubles just in general. Because I'm pretty sure it used to be, at least in Destiny 2 Year 1, I'm pretty sure it used to rotate out weekly with, like, Clash or something. I remember it used to be available quite often, but now it's gone. Fuck Rumble, I hate Rumble. Never, but it's the only game mode where there's not, like, you know, 12 people running around, so I guess that's the only thing I play. I have to do Crucible. But long story short, they gave the reason, oh, well, they gave some, like, non-answer reason about, you know, quality or something. I can't even, like I'll read it, hold on. But they're essentially saying they're throwing to the DCV. I don't know what the issue was. They couldn't just, you know, throw it out there. I remember a certain, you know, certain quote or something about, hey, you know, Eververse only exists to fund live events, guys, and Crimson Days was our first live events. I'm just saying. Also, I'm pretty sure no one ever uses the Vow, but I love that bow. I'm pretty sure it's sunset now. I never got the ornament for it, but I did get the one for the Ward Cliff. It was like, where you, how do you explain it? Yeah, you do whatever, Crimson Days, and then you get tokens and shit, and you can buy stuff from Shack, so that was fun. That's gone now, that's great. Again, I'm more annoyed because that's just more shit they're removing from Crucible. You know, instead of adding shit, they're just removing. Like, I don't know why they removed it. I don't understand. They could just throw it back up. I don't see the issue. It's the FOMO shit. Oh, so they're talking about how you can get more bright dust and all this other shit. I really don't care. Where the hell is it? Oh yeah, they're nerfing swords by 15%, which it's to be expected. Obviously, you know, Bungie has this weird habit, well, like, you know, Bungie perfectionism. I forgot there's a quote a long time ago about how they want each weapon to shine at one point, and then they basically want their own metas for each season. And it's been obvious throughout Destiny's life cycle how strong hand cannons were, you know, in D1, at least Thorn and Last Word, until they got nerfed to shit in Taken King, and then you had Phantom Bullets all the time. You know, like, obviously, auto rifles at the very beginning of Destiny, Shadows Regime, you know. So obviously, Bungie likes creating their own metas, and they want each weapon to be relevant. So, so swords were buffed to, like, they were super buffs, essentially. I think, was it during Season of Arrivals? I forgot, but the point is, swords are extremely strong right now. Lament's perfect example, but that's an exotic. But even then, Fallen Guillotine does a shit ton of DPS just with Whirlwind Blade alone, and it's just a legendary. So 15% sucks, but if you have Lucent Blade, not the end of the world. And even if you don't, Stasis, what is it, Hedrons or whatever, Hedrons, however you pronounce it, that's a 20% damage buff when you freeze someone. So kind of undoes a nerf. Still, I know overall less damage, but not the end of the world for swords. Swords are still going to be extremely strong. What makes them extremely strong, in my opinion, is definitely the fact that they can attack infinitely. They don't have that 3 swipes and then a cooldown like they used to, and I think that's the thing that really makes them strong, because you can keep a whirlwind blade at all times and stuff like that. They never talked. They said they're changing Borealis' reload thing, but they never mentioned that scope bug I posted earlier. Maybe it wasn't even a bug. Maybe it's always been like that, I guess. Also, they said they're looking at Arbalest. Hopefully, they fucking nerf it and not have like retarded aim assist. Yeah. So basically, traditional. As such, we made a decision to discontinue Crimson Days moving forward. While we'll miss this event, this will allow us to maintain focus for alternative seasonal offerings. Again, what does that mean? Like, so you're telling me literally a game that's around for like what, a week or two is taking away your focus from a season, like from other shit? Like, I just don't get it. If you want my opinion, I think they just don't have any new loot to throw in there, so they said, "Fuck it, we don't want to, have people roast us again for not doing anything." Anyways, yeah, I don't even think doubles is coming back. I think that's also going to DCV. Anyways, they're saying, yeah, oh, even though it's going away, we miss it, and all this other whatever bullshit. Um, Also, they're finally fixing that third tether box in Sanctified Mind. Anyways, long story short, TWAB was interesting to say the least. Not the worst one. Not as stupid as Gilded Titles. Not worse. If you're a console player, it's pretty much a win-win. PC player kind of sucks. Don't know why they did that, but um, and then for me, Crimson Days, fucking sadness. Literally the only reason why the only thing I looked forward to in Crucible was Crimson Days, so I could play doubles or just bring back fucking skirmish. Holy shit, how hard is bring back 3v3? You're ready for 3v3 elimination, just bring back skirmish. Look. Anyways, that's everything. I think I probably forgot some other things. I hope I mentioned that they're fixing Merciless for the 13th time. Pretty sure it said that. But yeah, no word on stasis tuning though. Like nothing about Behemoth or anything else with Shadow Dive. They didn't mention anything like that. So yeah, overall, I'd say more good than bad. Uh, but still, this couple things are just rubbing me the wrong way. Anyways, thanks for watching.